Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Marketing Botics podcast. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how to use Chat GPT for blogging, because so many people aren't either doing this right or they've completely given up altogether. Mostly because they've heard the rumors, that's out there that, if you're using AI, then you're not writing it effectively enough, or you're not being you're not being honest to your customers, and Google are going to slam you for using AI and all that rubbish out there, because it's not about using AI, it's about the content within it. So that's what we're going to be covering. Okay, so the thing with AI generated blogs is you've got to read them anyway. At the end, once they're done, you've got to go over it and you've got to see what was said and go through it and fix any issues. Now, the time that you spent after the blog doing it can be greatly reduced by making sure that you get the prompt done correctly. And to do that, it involves making sure that you give it all the relevant information. You wouldn't just go onto ChatGPT, and if you're doing this, you're doing it wrong, by the way, and say, can you write me a blog on marketing? Because it's going to be like, sure, all right, we'll pick the topic, we'll pick the categories, we'll pick the target audience, we'll pick your brand and guess what your brand is and the call to action message, and it's going to be nothing what you wanted. If it is, then you're not thinking carefully about your target audience. Because you shouldn't just be putting blogs up for the sake of putting blogs up. They should actually be something that your audience wants to read. So consider AI as your assistant, a young intern in the office who's just came in. You've asked them to write blogs for you and they know absolutely nothing about your business at the moment. So if you say to them, look, I want you to write me a blog about marketing, look, they can go on to Google and they can Google your sector and your industry and figure stuff out. But again, they're just copy and pasting stuff from Google and put it into a document. They need to know, what the tone is like. Now, they might read previous blogs to get that idea. But you're not going to do that with ChatGPT, because that would take too long to keep on giving it blogs, to understand who you are. So, you need to tell it, you need to say, what you want the topic to be about, how you want it to sound, the tone, the characterization, the personality. Do you want humor? Do you want it to be serious, punchy? Do you want it to be informal? Tell a story. What do you want from this blog? And you need to make sure that just imagine again, it was an intern. This intern has got all that information where they feel inspired and creative enough to write you a powerful blog. Now, they're probably still not going to get it right, 100% right, and that's understandable. They're new to your business, so you still have to go through it. But as I said, when you give them enough information to begin with, then you then you don't have to spend too much time at the end. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, what's the point in using AI then if I've got to spend so much time getting it to write decent content? What's the point? Well, the point is that you can train AI, or you can figure out how to prompt it every time. Once you've got the prompts right, you can tweak that prompt for every other blog that you do. You've just got to make sure that you got that first prompt that you use correct, and it takes time to get that right. It takes some playing around with. Now, for me, like when I'm given enough information to give enough information to ChatGPT, what I do is first of all, I tell it who I am. And again, it can be as short as saying like, I run a digital marketing company. My name's Chris Edwards. I'm based in Sheffield. We offer free marketing consultancy. We offer business marketing strategies. And we also have an all-in-one marketing tool and CRM system, which we sell. And that could be enough just to give it an idea of what your business is about. Now, you're going to have to rectify that in the rest of it so it doesn't focus too much on that. But who you are, and then experience. If you want to write it from your personality, your character, from you basically, you need to tell it your experience and your writing style. Too many times I see blogs from people who have wrote it as if it could be wrote by anybody, and there's no trust built into that blog of saying who you are and what you've done and why people should read that blog and how it connects to you personally. We live in a Gogglebox world where we want to see people, we want to know about people who are writing and watching and doing the stuff that we want to do. So it's important that you share that within the blog. you know, if you wrote a blog and you read it back and go, okay, well, that could be wrote by anybody in the company, then it's not personal enough, in my opinion. And you need to go back in it and start adding some more personality into it. Now, I've wrote over 100 blogs so far for my website in the last several months, and honestly, trying to think how I can break down my personality in many different ways can get creative, but that's where AI comes in. Again, I've got a different little AI section where I say, you know, can you think of something else, a different way of me explaining myself, how I can come across. Sometimes I ask AI how I should prompt AI. It's really weird how I do that, but it works. Anyway, so who you are, experience, writing style. Like for me, I put something like I'm an experienced marketeer with over 20 years experience. When writing blogs, I'm assertive, punchy. I like to say things how they are because I do. I don't worry too much about people's opinions. I probably wouldn't say it. No, I know in me, I would actually say it out loud as well. But I know you might not say it out loud, but you're hidden behind a blog as well. So this is a good opportunity to kind of be a little bit punchy with what you want to say. So I say things how they are. I try to use humor when it fits, and on occasions I compare things to personal aspects, and on occasion 90s TV shows, because I do. I like doing that. But the thing is when I did that, I wrote that and I did it. Like I said, like I'd like I like comparing it to my favorite TV shows and films, which is normally sci-fi, all 90s films. And I wrote this whole blog on AI, and it was all about Star Trek. And I was like, whoa, that's a little too heavy on the comparisons, even though I do like Star Trek. So I now followed up by saying, but only once or twice within the blog, no more, for the comparisons, so I understood that a bit more. Now, the other things I like doing is telling it what you want, and you know, I want a 1,000+ word blog, so you need to tell it exactly what you want from this blog. Otherwise, it could write a 200-word blog and think, oh, you wanted a blog. So you need to tell it how much, and these blogs now need to be 1,000-word plus. There's no point writing a 400-500-word blog. Now, people will tell you, well, it's all about the content, you know, and if the content is 500 words, it's 500 words, blah, 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 blah. There's no point writing content, writing a blog, if it's not going to be found. And great, you can share it on social media and you can get those 10, 20 people reading it, and that's it until you reshare it again. And then you might get 2 or 3. Use SEO. Use organic optimization, because once you continue writing a lot of blogs and you writing lengthy blogs that the content's relevant and readable, because Google do want to see people reading it, then it will start to optimize and you can start going up the Google rankings, and you can get more people reading your blogs every month compared to the 10 or 20 that you would on social media. So don't listen to people that say it should only be 400 or 500 words. It shouldn't. It should be 1,000+, because it should be relevant content that's engaging, but also stuff that can be optimized. So I like to say 1,000 words, and then like the title, I like to give it a title. So like a blog title, 5 things you should know about AI blogging. That's my next one. This one is called How to Use ChatGPT for Blogging. I'm going to do another blog, another podcast afterwards. That is 5 things you should know about using AI for blogging. And that's it. And then please use, and then I say keyword as well. I want the keyword to be AI for blogging. So that's going to be my keyword. If you don't know the keyword that you want to use because you're not experienced enough in SEO at the moment, that's fine. Just ask ChatGPT. Maybe open up another tab and say, hey, can you give me 10 keywords that I can use based around this title? I always say come up with the title yourself. If not, again, you can use ChatGPT. I want to write something about AI and about marketing. Can you give me 10 titles? It works. But anyway, we're talking about writing the whole blog here. So yeah, so who are you? Experience, writing style, what do you want? Title, keyword, then the outline. So I want you to give as much information as you can. Don't worry about selling my services. Focus on giving as much information as you can to the reader. And then that mitigates them trying to sell you that you are a digital marketing consultant in Sheffield. You know, by saying that, it focuses more on the reader. Please start with a powerful statement that targets pain points and inspires people to continue reading, rather than opening with a wishy-washy question. And the reason I put that is because I've seen too many blogs open up with, are you looking to market more effectively? Well, in this blog, I'm going to break down blah, blah. What's the point opening up with a question? They're there because they've got the question. They don't need to read the reason that they're there. They need to read the answer. So make sure that it starts with a powerful opening. So that, and then target audience, give it your target audience. You know, my target audience is small businesses who have just started just started with their marketing, or they haven't yet blogged. They're more of an established business and haven't yet blogged. Because they don't have time. These businesses can be from any sector, and again, if you want to hone it down, you can there. And that's my target audience. So it gives it a bit of idea who is meant to be targeting. In there, you can also say, can you make it a little bit more informal because I'm targeting trades people? Not saying trades people not professional. I'm just saying that sometimes, you know, that market. When you're writing blogs, they don't want to hear like high-end business speak about the FTSE 200 or 100 or whatever it is. So 100 and 250, I do know that really. They want it a bit informal. So, you know, you can tell it, again, the writing style, so either come in the writing style at the top or down there about the outline or target audience, wherever you want to fit it, so it understands. And that there will give you a powerful start to creating a blog. So who are you? Experience, writing style. What do you want? What do you want to cover? Like the title, keyword, outline, target audience. And once you've got that, you can hit enter and let it write itself. Now you're going to be reading this. You need to read it all the way through. And then if you see that it's not in line with what you want it to say, stop it, figure out why. It's got too much sci-fi information, or it keeps asking too many questions, or it's not targeting the right audience. You go back up to your prompt, you hit the pen mark, you go back into your prompt and you tweak it and you hit it again. And you can spend an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours getting this right. But once you get it right, you can then copy and paste it to other, when you're writing other blogs, just tweaking certain things in it. Like the title and the keyword and a bit of the outline. It takes time to get that prompt right. Now, the only other things that you need to consider are things like getting your SEO tags in there. So saying, you know, can you use H1, H2, and H3 titles as well. And again, I'm going to break that down in my other video with 5 top tips on what you should be doing using AI for blogging. And break that down. So, you know, the other thing is H tags. So please use H1, H2, H3 tags that you think will help my optimization. And there's a few more things you can do. But the main thing I wanted to talk about is how you get it writing effective blogs. And then you can reduce your time from like an hour to fix a blog to just 10 minutes to fix a blog, to read through it and fix it. So hopefully that helps you. A bit of a long video, but again, that gives you a good outline of what you should be doing to get ChatGPT working for you. It's all about the prompt. And if people say that ChatGPT is not right for blog writing, I'm telling you now they are wrong, because AI is here to stay. It's a powerful solution. It is an assistant and not I don't know what to say. It's your Robin, not your Batman. That's a good analogy. It's your Robin, not your Batman. You know, it's there to assist. You have to give it the right information. Think of it as a junior or an intern in your office when you want them to write a blog for you, who hasn't got the connection with your business like you have. You know, they might be new or something like that. And that's how you should consider ChatGPT or any AI writing tool that there is. Do this. I promise you are going to get successful results. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like my channel. If you are watching this, listening to this on podcast, you've got Spotify, Amazon Music, or Apple Podcast. And also you might be watching this on one of the social media channels. And don't forget to check out the blog once I have it wrote. Thank you so much and take care, everyone.